Hey guys, so we are finishing up the to-do list challenge here. We've been going at it for a while. So far, we've implemented the backend, created our models, also implemented authentication. On our front end, we've created most of our pages. We are able to log in. So let's see where we are right now and what we need to add. So if I log in here, I should see my personal task list. So keep in mind, these are only task lists that I've created. If anyone else has created them, I should not see them when I log in. We can add new task lists. So that's September tasks. All right, I create it. Notice that my view updates. I can also delete tasks, task lists. So if I want to delete this task list that I just added, notice I can hit delete and I will delete it. So that's most of our code functionality. I did not implement updating where maybe we want to change the task list name, but it should be similar to our create operation. All right, so if we go to our task list, we should see our tasks listed. So I have buy some donuts. Currently, we don't have any code functionality here, so maybe we should implement it on our task page. So to do that, go to my task page. Let's add some CRUD buttons. So let's add a horizontal rule, and then maybe a few buttons that will do certain things for us. So we'll have update, and also delete option. All right, so on click, maybe we can get something done here. All right, delete task with this update task. All right, so delete should be more straightforward. So let's do that first. Let's do delete task. All right, so for our delete task, we want to use our current ID, which should be extracted from here. All right, so similar to our task list page, let's take a look at that. So looking for our deletes to get. So it's on the home page. All right, delete task list. I'm going to copy this because it will be very similar. Okay, so given a token, which we'll need to get from our user context. So let's set up. We should be able to get our token if we have our token and task ID. So task ID would be so it could be the same as our get task. Consistent. All right, so we have task ID, we have a token, assuming we have valid task ID and token, we want to delete our task. And if we get success, let's navigate back to our parent task list. So we do this props history redirect push. Where do I go to? I want to go to slash task lists. And then we should have our task list ID. Grab that from task migration have, right? So that's state.test.id equals.state.test.list. All right, so that should give us an ID for our test list ID, which we can use for our URL navigation. Let's see if that would work. Go back to my API. Let's copy the delete task method going. Should be fairly similar to our delete test list. So take in a task ID. We are going to navigate to tasks this time, not task lists. Task ID, delete. All right, the rest of that should be good. Let's go back to our task page. All right, we're going to call delete task. We have our API set up. We should get a success back. So we should redirect to our test list. Let's see what we may have missed here. We need a basic function. Okay, let's give this a try. Let's go back to login. Tasks. Do the laundry. Let's say we want to delete it. Okay, nothing. Let's see what I did here. Test page. That should be on. Let's try that again. All right, there we go. Notice that we were able to delete our task. We only have something left. Right. Seems like we screwed something up there. So we deleted the wrong task, but let's see if we could actually add some tasks. So here, let's copy this from the homepage. So copy that from the homepage, task. All right, so we're going to add task. That means add. Like this anonymous function, just building and binding issues. All right, so here, we'll try let's task. Let's see, we want to add task. We're just going to take say input for documents ID. Let's make sure we're the right elements. So right here. We also need a token. So soon we have our input and token. Should be able to proceed. All right, and then the input value. What else do we need for our task? We need due date. how this works. So we're going to backend, large rows. Let's see my models. All right, so we got name completed. Set that to false, due date, and list. Right. So we have due date completed, false, and due date. I want to set that at some point. So let's add another field. Due date. Okay, so we have two inputs, one for the name, one for the value. Input due dates, that value. Hopefully you remember our syntax for that, and then our list should be stored above. So we have task list. So this that's task list. All right, that'll be our new task params. Right, let's go here to let's create task. Right, should be similar to this. So for creating a task, we're going to post to tasks, API tasks. Should be a post. We should get new task params. Otherwise, yeah, that's should be good to go. And, of course, export it. Do log in to the top, just go through organization. All right, so we have great tasks there. Great tasks page. Okay, so here we create test params. And do let's wait to do API create test. And the task param we passed in with our token. It's valid data. Then use that data to append our state value. So task lists. Let's see, we should need task back. So maybe we could do. Okay, let's just call get task list one. See how that goes out. So basic function. Okay, so basically we're going to create a task. If we get some data back, we're just going to reload our test list. Maybe not the most efficient way to go about it, but should get the job done. Okay, let's see if this works. So log in. Okay, we can tasks. Let's add a new task. Let's say minutes. So due date will be this Saturday, which is 7th. Okay, got buy some donuts. That's good. That looks good. Let's see what happens with the deletes. So delete, if I click that, I get my task page. As follows. So delete task. We'll call delete task up here. We get the task list ID. Oh, there's our problem. Should be passing in task ID there. We only want the task ID for the URL. So I think that was my mistake before. If I hit delete now. Yep, that seems to work. Let's dates. Say it'll make that the following weekend, 15th maybe. There we go. Add more donuts. Add more tasks. Take a nap. Let's get that done by Saturday. Okay. So update. We can update the due dates. We can check off if it's completed or change the name. So let's see how we can implement update here. So let's see. All right, so when we click update, maybe we want to change our mode. So I'm actually do this in the same page. Again, redirect a new page, but kind of like the dynamic feel of this. So we add all right, so we're gonna use that. So static value. So we get test page dot mode type dot view. Okay, so when we want to edit, let's change that up. So change mode. So we can mode value. We'll do the set states. All right, so this mode value, which will change the page layout. Update task will not be called in this case, so we're going to. All right, so in this case, we want to call change mode. This would be page. Right. So let's change the mode. We want to change it back after we actually update. So let's not forget that. Okay. How does it load? Okay. So there are render. So rendering currently always showing some items. Let's actually make a solution. Maybe show some edits or inputs. So let's say Node equals task page dot node type dot update. Let's do something a little different. Return a form that looks similar to this. Let's do that's the one use H1s here, so let's see if we can. Right. Span and input here. Let's see if this will work. Just trying to make this consistent, but not sure if it'll work. I get checkbox here. Checkbox. See if it works. So let's run this with div. All right, so basically if the mode is update, you want to show inputs instead of just the values. So let's see if that makes a difference. Not sure if it might. Some spaces there. All right, so when I click update, so just to follow what's going on here, when I click the update button, it's going to change the mode. So you're going to pass in the mode type. Change mode is over here. So this is going to call set state with a new mode. Nothing fancy going on there. Then we want a button that actually updates. So got this. Let's put it over here. Step up to task. All right, so then I hit the save button. That should call update task. Probably a little confusing based on my naming, but call it edit. Update current. So here, let's get a try catch going. All right, almost to the finish line here. So eventually want to change the mode to edit review. Yeah, it's update task. What do we need for update task? We need task ID. So that's task T equals let's see, New York token as always. Probably should be checking all of these, but we'll do that consistently. Well, doesn't hurt to start here. So test 2 greater than 0. It's open. So need all the input fields. So let's say let's input. We got group inputs names. Do at least so I do a few tasks. Give me those names. Make sure you track those. Task in. Task completed. So we have all those. All right, so we have all that good stuff. We could create our objects. So updated task list will be the same. So the list.state.list task list. And I'm going to let us switch tasks at this point, or task lists. What else? Name is inputs. Included. Value. Let's do date. Okay. Let's see console object. Right, and then we're going to create an API call for this. So let's go to API, update task. So update task should be same URL as delete task. Remember, their method is not going to be post; it's going to be a put. We're using DRF. Say update. Okay, so that should take care of that. Let's go back to our task page. All right, we should call it API. So let's let the results for the data equals to do API updates task. Let's see, update task. Yep, exported it. Right. Update task, pass it the updated task params, and the token. We get data back. Then we want to do this set state, update our task that we're storing here. Update. Okay, so we get that, and then we want to change our state back to all right, that is yeah. Okay, let's do the passing task ID. Okay, we're good to go. Let's see if this actually works. So let's start from scratch. Go to our homepage. Okay, weekend tasks. Let's go take a nap. Update it. Okay, so not quite the layout I wanted, but we could deal with it. Take a long nap. Say it's done. Say due date is it's Friday. Okay, so looks like we got our updated results, but our task page sort of failed here. All right, so it's close, but let's see. Get checked. So it's the value checked for our checkbox. So let's see if that takes care of that. All right, so our data seem to have failed. Let's see if it goes in. Short snap. Got locked out. Okay. Update. Okay, so we're definitely updating our object. For some reason, our page is not giving that update though. So task here. So let's make this not breaking so that they won't create a new line. Last name be no. Right, let's do some CSS quickly. So we want no, see if that will change it for us. Okay, close, but not exactly. Let's make this divs. So div make these a little better. Okay, that's decent. Probably should have a cancel, but X is so again, we're updating it. But for some odd reason, we're not getting that there. Should be straightforward to fix that. So let's look at our task page and try to figure this out. So let's get a cancel in here. I want to create another function, so I'll just do this in another function for it. So task page dot node type dot all right, so why are we not able to see this? So update task, we're doing everything correctly up until, let's see. This is correct. The data is incorrect. So data. Oh, I don't know why. So awaits, easy mistake. Make sure you have your await keywords properly set because this is going to return a promise. I think that could be an issue. So let's take yeah. So that, there we go. All right, so missing keyword awaits definitely changes what we expect. So we update, lots of stuff, cancel. Okay, cool. So this takes care of our CRUD functionality for our tasks. So we're able to create new tasks from our task list page. Go here. Looks like we are logging in. Okay, so again, we can add new tasks. So let's say go grocery shopping. Date will be that, right? We can add it for grocery shopping. Let's say we update it. Let's say we finished it. Probably should autofill these values in. Let's see if we can do that quickly. Update. Yeah, I think that should be achievable. Do value this states test name. Dates, right? So we're going to pre-fill some values in here. Not sure if this Boolean will work, but let's try. I think I'm logging all the time. Okay, new tasks, grocery shopping, update, save. Cool. Update. Let's figure that out. But what we want to do here, yep, I think we're able to update, delete. We can delete this. Oops, it's gone. All right, so last thing we do is this. I think checked is probably what I want. Take long, yeah. Update, cool. Uncheck that. Nope, don't let me uncheck that. So it's like all right, so I can't set the value just like that. What initial value? Default value works. Okay, that still seems to work. Default. Default checked. Cool. Let's go for an update and check that. All right, there we go. Open this. Okay, so I think that takes care of our long project here. I know it's a lot to do, but these are definitely longer challenges. I think I'm more or less satisfied with my functionality, definitely not happy with my styling here. I'm not going to bore you guys with CSS styling here, but yeah, it looks like we got everything that we're looking for. We got a login page. Let's go through motions one more time. Log in probably for the 100th time here. Let's create a new task list. Let's say September tasks. Great. We should be able to delete, set a new task. Let's say take vacation. If there's a real due date for that, but let's say by the end of the month of September. So that task, there we go, take vacation. Let's say we actually got it done. Let's save, there we go. Cool. All right, so yeah, that's our CRUD functionality for task. We did most of CRUD for task list, not the updating, but again, you guys should get the idea there. Yeah, so again, a lot to it. Usually good to start with your backend, make sure your models are in order. I feel like, yeah, once we got our models going, we didn't have to update them too much. After we create our models, I usually create my serializers just to have the appropriate data sent back to the user. After serializers, we create our view set. So view sets are usually pretty straightforward. The one highlight here is we're using the function or the method getQuerySet, which will actually filter the results based on the requesting, the user on the HTTP request. So that's how we can only send back the appropriate data based on the user that's logged in. Probably should check that we have an actual user and not just some null user. But yeah, I think our front end should protect us from that. After we have view sets, we create our URLs. And pretty straightforward using simple router. We're able to create some URLs that we go to, and again, this is using the REST framework. So we just got to be sure that we're using the correct HTTP method. So we go back to DRF simple router. Simple documentation, simple router. Yes, so we got to make sure we got to do a get or a post to the base. So again, getting will just show you a list of elements or items. Post will actually create a new item. When you go to a specific item, you got to do a get, put, patch, or delete to retrieve, update, partial update, or destroy or delete an object, respectively. All right, so that was a lot. I think I'm going to call it quits here. I will submit this, commit this up to my GitHub and submit a pull request. All right, thanks, guys.